live once again. It's been 3 years since we've done a podcast together. I've been trying to get this ragtag group of collectors together for I don't know how long. We're going to put some product placement right here. This is the Otaku Fest podcast. We haven't done this in how long? 3 years.
It's been a while.
It's been more than that. Forever. And it's mostly because we've all gotten older. Games have gotten more expensive.
And not only that, the COVID.
And then COVID.
and don't forget to tell the people you're a dad now.
And I'm a dad now.
Yeah.
So
that happened. So
it's all Shy's fault. It's all Shy's fault. That's the reason
Carlo
why.
is now in another multiverse where it's all green and gray. So
he's like half Hulk, half normal.
Carlo. So all right, so we're gonna go down the road. So we'll start with Carlo. Carlo, introduce yourself. So everybody can.
Carlo.
So everybody can get to know everybody all over again. So here we'll do it like this. We'll do it like this. Carlo, name and what do you currently collect for? We'll start with that.
So I'm Carlo. I'm currently collecting for mostly Switch.
I think a lot of people are collecting for Switch right now.
And also 3DS.
Ooh.
It's tough. It's a tough market.
Yes. And then we got Larry. Larry.
Hello.
Introduce yourself and what are you collecting for right now? At the
moment? My name is Larry. Right now I'm still on my Switch, but mainly on the handheld stuff, mostly.
Wait, like all handheld?
Yes, I'm trying to get as much as I can. I'm handheld stuff. I'm a handheld guy.
That's true. You have the largest complete in-box handheld collection person that I know. So, and then we got James.
Look at you.
We got James Hackmack down there.
I'm dreading this moment. Hey guys, it's me again, James. I collect for PS2, PS3. We just transferred to the Switch because of certain reasons. We'll probably talk about that in a future thing.
Definitely gotta talk about that.
But yeah, I collect and I have a PS5, but I mostly collect for the PS3 and the Switch at the moment, and PS2.
Alright. And everybody already knows me, so Jay Shy, I collect for PS1 and PS2. I have PS3 games, but I mostly collect for the PS1 and PS2. So, anyway, I wanted to bring you guys back together because I've been trying to find a podcast to get back onto and have discussions with different viewpoints and stuff like that. But I figure, hey, I should link back up with my buddies because we do see each other quite often, but it's hard to get back in my place together because we're all working now and we don't have the time because we much rather play video games, play card games, and, watch movies and such. So we just don't have the time.
No, it just, you become a dad, and that's also.
Yeah, blame it on
you. We have to blame it on you.
It's your fault.
It is your fault. It is your fault.
Okay.
Don't try to blame it on nobody.
I'm gonna blame it on everybody else but myself. I'm not gonna take accountability for this.
You know what? Wait. When your son sees this in the future, Dad, do they really blame me? Yes, son. Yes, son.
Okay, so today's discussion. What we're going to talk about is let's do this. Let's start with this. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to start with the top games, or do you want to start with the discussion?
I think the discussion could be last because it's going to be a very hot topic.
Okay.
So I say we do what the plan was.
All right.
So
the plan is we're going to talk about our top 3 games, and I'm picking 3 because 3 is a low number. I hate when people have these large numbers where top 50 games on this console or tops,
Yeah, I don't have the room for put a stack and show every single one game, especially 4 of us.
Well, yes. So we lowered it to top 3. So we're gonna pick our top 3 games that we feel are our favorite games, top 3 games that we play most of the time, and top 3 games that we would recommend. So we'll start with Carlo. Carlo, since you're up top, you're above all of us. Let's start with your first game. Your first game that you feel is of the PS3 that you feel like you would talk about and recommend.
Those are my ideas.
this was one of my first games that I picked up for the PS3, and it made me fall in love with the series. And that is Dark Souls.
Oh, wow.
I know I still have the sticker on it.
That's like more like mainstream stuff. Okay.
I still have the stupid sticker on it, but this is what made me fall in love with the series.
Yeah, you need to get that sticker off, man.
Off.
Come on, it's all about presentation here.
I haven't had time to go take the sticker off my collection, but this has been one of my tops for PS3 that got me in love with the series, and I've collected every game since.
Nice. Get that sticker off, and then I'll be like, yes, I agree. We're all about presentation here on the Otaku Fest podcast. What's number two?
Number two.
You're doing the whole thing, baby.
I'm apologizing for the sticker in advance. I didn't take it off this one either. But that is Splinter Cell Blacklist.
I actually like that one.
I thought this was my first game in the series, and I thought it was fantastic. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says, it was a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I think there's a trend going on with your first experiences.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the trend?
I don't know.
Those both games brought them into the
series.
You know, the series.
Yeah. Blacklist is good. You definitely need to try out Conviction. Conviction is probably one of my personal favorites. Yeah.
My list, I've definitely got to check it out.
Yeah, Splinter Cell Conviction is really good.
And the last one
what's your three?
that I haven't played through, but I've seen so much gameplay on, and I started the game and I fell in love with it from the start. It's got to be 3D Dot Game Heroes.
That's on a lot of people's list. Yeah, that's a good game.
Right?
That's
This is a fantastic game. Just so happens this copy came from a friend.
Wait.
I'm not starting any controversy here because I have two copies that came from two friends that just left me in this podcast.
That's what happens when you don't organize a birthday party.
They're both here.
They're both on this podcast, and they both gifted me 3D Dot Game Heroes, and it was fantastic.
Thank God I still have my copy.
I can't believe you got two of them though. That's insane.
It's crazy. I just looked up the price on this one, and it's definitely not something I would pick up now.
What's the going rate on 3D Dot Heroes right now?
I believe it was above $70.
The last, I think it's like 90 right now.
Is it what? 3D Dot Heroes is a $90 game.
I think on Luki, that's what it was like last time.
Yeah,
Luki, no.
Luki upcharges though. Luki upcharges for their games, but right now I see a couple right now complete in box for like $50. But it did drop in price. If you get it brand new, it's $80.
Yeah, so last I checked, it was a little higher, but
I remember when it was that high.
Yeah. Luckily I have two copies.
It'll definitely bounce back up. Trust me, it will when people don't care anymore. Because there's 100 listings for it right now, but a lot of that is Japanese copies.
This is right here. $62.
Yeah, it'll definitely go up. What about you, Larry? Top three.
All right. My first in the series.
Top three.
My first in the series. I love this game so much. I'll play the other one. Is Sherlock Holmes: Crime and Punishment.
Sherlock Holmes: Crime and Punishment. That's a good one.
It's a puzzle-solving crime stuff, and there's either good ending or bad ending. And I'm still playing to the other one. Yep.
Nice.
Each case have multiple ending. How you become your good one or the bad one?
Yeah, I remember you let me borrow that. That was an interesting game. It's really slow. You have to be in the mood for that kind of game for sure.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Yeah.
Second was Journey Collection.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's an excellent choice.
Is that the triple?
Yes.
That's the triple.
I'll give you $10 for that.
That's the one with the main. I want to play the main one.
It has flower on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's flower and flow.
Yeah. The main one I'll play this one. The main one is because very casually and calm. Yeah. And I like it.
Journey is very good. I recommend that for sure.
And my last one is, well, you know guys don't eat. Tales.
Tales is it. I should have saw that coming. I should have saw that coming.
Yeah, Tales is all the PS3. This one I like the most.
I would have thought you would have picked Tales of Vesperia, but I think that's PS4, right?
PS4, yes.
Oh, okay.
The one I usually I like this most out of all the other PS3 games is Cecilia. Very good, real world winning story and the gameplay. Love it.
All right, James.
Oh man, I'm not ready. Okay.
Well, no,
Alright.
let's go now.
All right. So my first pick is literally a game that I finally beat, and me and Shai actually talked about this game, and it did go up. Our prediction did come true.
Oh, did it?
Puppeteer.
Puppeteer.
Yeah, I have it.
We said
I
it was
great
gonna go
game.
up. We did. We said it was.
Yeah,
gonna go up.
Great game. I
told you
highly
it's a good game.
recommend
I
it.
have it. It's a good
Yeah.
game.
If you like Little Big Planet kind of style, this is a game for it, and like storytelling and stuff. It's really fucking good.
I never played.
Like I love it. Like I have to let you borrow it. It's really good.
Okay.
Like
Oh yeah, isn't people claiming on this one of the Holy Trinity on the
Yeah,
PS3?
it's part of the Trinity
Oh,
of it's
on the
Puppeteer, Folklore, and
I have that one too.
and 3D Dot Heroes.
Cool. Then I got two. I got 3 out of 3.
You got all 3 of them?
Yeah, I have Folklore, have this, and I have the
I'll
3D
only
dot.
get 2 out of 3. I'm missing Puppeteer.
Yeah, Puppeteer is great. I highly
Yeah, it's a
recommend
good
it.
game. It's
Oh
very
wait,
good.
no,
a harsh one to be
no,
missing.
No. I'm sorry. It's not 3D Dot Heroes. It's Africa.
Oh yeah, nobody has that anymore. Like
Yeah,
that's hard to
it's-
find.
It's Africa. That's the Holy Trinity.
Okay. Now for my second game, it's loved between me and Shai, and it is a racing game.
Oh yes, I know what this is.
It's a
One
good second.
second.
I knew
Yes.
it. I knew it.
Definitely-
It's
definitely
a
on my
good
list.
game.
It's a funny fact for everybody that doesn't know. This is a Disney game.
Yeah, it is. Disney Interactive.
This was yep. This is
I
when
think they messed up
they were
with
doing
the demo.
Yeah, they did.
They messed up
Yeah.
with the demo, and the game was so slow. Because the demo was a full court, and
Yeah.
nobody gonna buy the whole game. They already have one whole full court. So
Man,
Yeah,
if
if you don't-
so good.
yeah. If you guys don't know it, it's literally like Burnout meets like fucking destruction.
Yeah,
Like, literally-
it's like Burnout Mario Kart almost, but without the Mario Kart. Because
Yeah.
you affect the racetrack and not the cars. With,
Yeah.
it's so good, so good.
Yeah, definitely a high pick for me.
I remember the day we all went out and we were like, "Yo, let's play Split Second. Let's all just go to like different GameStops and buy it." That was
Yeah,
great.
that I definitely recommend. So those two, I definitely recommend if you can find them, get them now.
Yeah.
A third one is my personal favorite, and it's my favorite series of all time. And Shirey knows where this is going. This is the Metal Gear Solid collection.
The Legacy Collection. I was looking
The
at
Legacy
I give you
collection.
that. I bought you that for the Christmas.
Yeah.
This is Thank you, Larry. This game literally has everything you want.
It has everything you
What-
need.
It literally
Yeah.
a total package.
Including the MSX version that we don't
MSX
have.
version
Yeah.
of Metal Gear. Remember that day
Yep.
we all like stayed up all night and we were just like, "Yo, let's play through MSX," and then
Yeah.
that game just beats your ass.
So if you're definitely a Metal Gear fan and you don't have this, and you want to go back to play all the games like Peace Walker and all that stuff, this is
That's
the
way to
pick.
go, for real. Yeah.
This is literally it. I haven't seen another one of these in such a fucking long time.
Yeah, that one's missing.
So those are my 3.
All right. So my 3 is, I think you guys would get the very last one for sure. You guys are gonna be like, "Duh, I know that," but I'm gonna go with this first one, and it
That's
is
a radio.
Renko Sugemi's Longest Day. This is like, this is a Suda 51 game. This is like a speed running game where you're like being chased by a giant chihuahua, and and you have to speed.
Oh,
your
I
way
saw
through
that.
the
You,
game.
I saw you play that. I saw you
Yeah,
play that.
it's like you have to speed
Oh,
run
that's
your way
weird.
through the game. Yeah, it's freaking weird, and I love it. It's so weird. Like, I don't know how much this game goes for now, but it does have a bunch of animes on it from a bunch of different famous directors. So, my first game is Renko Sugemi. My second
That's
game
awesome.
is kind of like, maybe you might be like, okay, but I love this game, and it's El Shaddai.
Oh my god, I don't even want to talk about that game. Let me tell you something. I got rid of it. I hate that I got rid of it, but man, that thing is too flashy.
It's so flashy. It's colorful. It's unique. I love this game on the PS3. I loved it so much on the Xbox that I bought it again on the PS3 like years later. So it's
Okay.
El Shaddai. That's the first.
I'll be coming to get a second copy. I mean,
If I had a second copy, I would definitely just hand it over. I would pass the buck to you.
yeah, it's one of my regrets for getting rid of.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have like gamer regrets for sure. That would be a conversation for another time.
Yeah.
My last game, Shadows of the Dead.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how you got that.
I got it from my good friend. I actually weren't all three of you guys inside of Best Buy and you spotted it
No,
for $15?
No. So.
It was James did that.
Yeah, let me
James
tell you the
did
story.
that. I
So it
remember
was
that.
me and Larry went go. I think it was. I don't know if it was Black Friday. No, it was Black Friday. Me and
It
Larry
was.
decided to go
Yeah.
to Best Buy, and the Best Buy was getting rid of all their like PS3 stuff. And I'm walking, and I'm going over there, and I look at this like caged area because you know how they got the
where they keep all
and
the loose games. Yeah.
yeah. So I go over there, and I'm like, wait, hold on. I look at it, and it's like a mirage of music starts hitting me like, ah! And I'm like, I see two copies side by side of that fucking Shadow of the Dam, and I'm like, no, this is bullshit. And the guy, I'm like, they're just probably like cases.
No,
The guy's
you
like,
did no. You saw that on the shelf, not on the case.
yeah, okay, not in the case, yeah.
You point out. Oh shit, Larry, get that. I'm looking at that. What are you looking at? I was like, it was the Shadow Dam, show one. I was like, oh, here.
Yeah,
Like
but
$15, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
$15
good.
apiece for a brand new copy of Shadows of the Dam.
Yeah,
I think this game goes for $60 now.
best story of my life. That was great.
That was legendary. I love Shadows of the Dam. If you haven't played Shadows of the Dam, guys, Shadows of the Dam is kind of like it's made by Suda51 and it mixed with a joint partnership with Shinji Mikami, the creator of Resident Evil, and the music came from the guy who did Silent Hill. I love this game. This game is so good and quirky. I think you should definitely just grab this game anyway.
Yeah,
So-
that's a good game.
Those are our top 3 video games in our collections for the PlayStation 3. Now, this is probably going to change, most likely, because this is where we get into our discussion now. And our discussion for today is PS3 games. So, we all know that the nostalgia is starting to kick in heavy duty. It's starting to hit PlayStation 2 hard right now. PlayStation 2 is starting to spike super crazy, and Nintendo GameCube. But I know that a lot of us look at the PlayStation 3 games because they're cheap right now. So, what do you think are some of the games that people should probably grab for the PlayStation 3 that are maybe starting to level out? Maybe you could like this game might be worth it. You should probably pay. Like, what do you guys think?
I think I'll go first for this one. I think I'll take the first one for this. Because the two games I have are actually back to back. So the first one is something that I've kind of missed on that I should have grabbed when I was at GameStop. And number one, they're both Spider-Man games. One of them is literally Webs of Shadows.
Story time.
Okay.
Continue.
And then the other one is Shattered Dimensions.
Did Larry tell you that story?
No, but I feel I'm gonna cry.
I knew this. Okay, so I knew for a fact we were talking that we were gonna talk about the PlayStation 3. I knew for a fact that this story was gonna come back up. So the first thing you mentioned is Web of Shadows. What was it? Shattered Dimensions or Web of Shadows, Larry?
Web of Shadows.
Okay.
Okay.
Larry and I went out to lunch, and we ate a Korean hot pot. And I was like, you know what? It's been a long time. We haven't gone to a GameStop and did some chasing. Let's go into a GameStop. I completely missed it on the rack. Completely just disregarded it. Oh, look at this. Larry picks up a complete in-box copy of Web of Shadows. Was it Web of Shadows or Shadow Dimensions?
Shadow Damage. Hold on a second.
Shattered Dimensions. $20. It broke my heart. My soul. I got caught slipping so hard. Because I don't have that game, and I've been wanting to play that game. I think Shadow Dimensions is the more sought after copy of the Spider-Man games.
Well, both of them are very pricey at the moment.
Really? How much are they going for now?
I saw one for like 70, and the other one's like hitting around 80 around there, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah, they're a little expensive.
I can't believe I missed that.
Look at this guy. So Larry, what deals we're making?
Larry.
Hey Larry, remember Christmas is coming up. I'll kindly add that to my collection. But yeah, so those two are definitely ones I say are, in my opinion, I haven't played them, but they have great, like, I guess good recommendations from a lot of people saying that they're really good.
Shadow Dimensions was great.
Shadow Dimensions. That's the one with the 4 different Spider-Man. That one is really good.
Yeah. Now, whether I'll pay the price tag for it, if I can trade for it, yeah, I'm doing that.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad on eBay. Some people are selling for about $70.
I would probably say grab it now,
yeah,
just because of the Spider-Man craze that's been going on lately. You know, and the fact that I think Shattered Dimensions kind of dips into like the multiverse kind of thing.
2099 stuff.
Yeah. So I definitely recommend grabbing that before like what's the next movie that's coming out for them? Yeah, the Spider-Verse 2 movie, especially with 2099 showing up.
Yeah. 2099 is definitely going to show up, and if Spider-Man Noir shows up, that'll complete the
So those are, and then my last one, because I picked 3, was one game that Shy showed me, and then one of my favorite Twitch streamers that I watched actually bought a copy on Steam and was playing with the homeboys. Was Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed.
Oh.
Yeah! That game is so good. Me and Larry recommend anybody who doesn't have that game, you buy that game.
Yep.
And guess what?
That is a gem.
And guess what? And I'm buying it right now. I just found a gaming case for $11.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Sonic Racing Transformed is probably the best Sonic racing game I've ever played.
I'm literally putting it in my information right now.
Yeah, yeah. That one's definitely sought after. What about you, Carlo? Anything that you think that like collectors should probably look towards, or like, you know?
Okay, I'm gonna give 2 games, and then I'm gonna give a game that is still a little interesting, a little controversial in terms of people don't think it's that good.
Oh,
but I think it's good.
Far Cry 4? No, I'm
no, how dare you? So one that I've only heard good things about, and when I've ever seen gameplay, it intrigued me, is Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a really good one.
That's a very good. I'm surprised that one's not more expensive, actually.
So right now you can get it a used copy for about $18.
Yeah, that's a very good game.
I think those are hidden gems.
Yeah, that's definitely a gem. Enslaved. I remember when I actually took the time to beat that game. I still have my copy. It's a very good pick, for sure.
I still don't have a copy for the PS3 yet. I gotta get one.
Yeah, you should definitely grab that.
I'm glad I got my copy.
Yeah.
Second game. It's a little expensive. It's a little pricey, but I still think it's worth it. Tornado Outbreak.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
I was funny thing you mentioned that, because I was one of my top 3, but it slid out for that 4th spot.
Yeah, Tornado Outbreak is like the Saturday morning cartoon version of Katamari Damacy.
I think it's a great game, and everybody should play it at least once.
How much does that one go for?
So I was just looking online, and they're roughly between $42 and $75.
Ooh. I mean,
yeah.
Is Larry cleaning his place while he's on that thing?
Listen,
Larry's like, screw it. I got stuff to do.
I think he's looking for his copy.
His copy of what? What is he looking
Tornado
for?
Outbreak.
Oh, feed gay. Tornado Outbreak is great. I have a copy of Tornado Outbreak. I told you guys to grab that, right?
Yeah.
You told us to, yeah. I still haven't.
You need to grab that. $40 is a bit. For me personally,
Well,
that game is a bit high for that price. But I mean, if you're like a completionist, right? Then I think Tornado Outbreak is one of those sought after titles for sure. But that's,
your boy. Oh,
and
go
it's
ahead.
a Konami game. That's the weird part.
Yeah.
That's Konami, man. That's strange.
You think that'll ever get a re-release?
No.
No, that game didn't sell well.
It's not like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. What's up, Larry? You back?
Yeah.
What? I'm just curious. What
Well-
were you looking for?
No, I thought I having looking for something else off the. I thought I having a cop.
Oh, okay. Is there any suggestions that you think for the PlayStation 3 that people should probably grab before it goes up too high? Any recommendations?
On the console stuff, I'm not really sure. But
You want me to give you one? I'm gonna give you one, and I think you would agree with me on this.
okay. Well, the console stuff,
X-Men Origins, Wolverine.
shut up. I hate you.
Yeah,
I gave up on that.
X-Men Origins Wolverine is
I gave up on that. That thing is way.
because I know that's one of your whales, because that game has gone up because it's an X-Men game that's licensed to a crappy movie that's a really good hack and slash.
I think I
Super
beat it on
violent. It's a super violent Wolverine game. It's so good.
I had on the 360, but I want to get on
I
PS3.
know you want it for the PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another good one for the PS3, but it's not. It's a very low-rated game, but I think it was good.
What is it?
What?
Hitman Absolution.
I heard it wasn't bad. I heard it really wasn't bad. It had like technical issues. That's about it. But I heard it wasn't terrible.
When I played through it, I didn't really run into many issues.
I don't think that's gonna go. I don't think that's gonna. I think that's gonna be easy to find though. I don't think that's gonna go up in price.
Those are mainstream.
Yeah.
Ish.
There's a game. And listen, I know sports games don't get a big rep because they're not really worth anything.
Some of them go up.
But I will tell you what I need to get. I just bought Sonic. I hate you, Shy, because every time I'm with you in some sort of way, digitally, physically, and anything, I spend money. I literally just spent
I think it's because
$16. Yeah, don't worry, I'll come over there later. Hey, listen, next week I'm waiting to see what came from me. Okay, I'm excited.
I mean, I could show it to you.
Okay. No.
That would be.
Because I did get you a special gift.
Okay, so I want to let you know I just bought Sonic Transformed. It's on the way.
Okay.
I paid that $16. I'm ready to go. But the game that I need to grab is The Bigs 2. It is a baseball game that's like an arcade game. If you ever get a chance to play that kind of game, that is one game you need to play.
What's it called? I don't.
The Bigs.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But number two, because number one was a lot glitchy.
What? But you can't. Isn't that like easy to find?
It's easy. It's not easy to find anymore, but it's still cheap enough to grab.
Oh, okay.
That it's because like it's one of those games you gloss over because everybody's like, oh, it's like a baseball game and whatever until you actually play it, because there's literally a game mode that it's like the home run derby, but it's like a very arcade version of it.
Oh, okay.
And every time you would hit that home run, it's like playing NFL Street 2, where it's like it's very aggressive.
I would invest in that for sure.
Yeah, like I said, I know sports games get a bad rep, you know, especially depending on which fighting game you put it out there for.
Right.
You know, but I definitely say like the Bigs 2, like there's Fight Night Round 3, which is another one that's great, but. Well, that's just my opinion on those two.
Gotcha.
Throwing those into the gauntlet.
I want to say that's probably a low print because searching it up right now, all I see is Xbox 360 and Wii versions.
Yep. It was on the PS3, and it's one of the games I have not grabbed yet.
Okay.
Definitely need to grab those.
So, for me, I would say, let's say if I were to pick 3 games for the PlayStation 3 that I think people should probably keep their eye on, especially if they're collectors. One would probably be a game called Vampire Reign. It's like Metal Gear mixed with like survival horror aspects. It was very glitchy, it's not a great game, but it has its nuances. I would say that would probably be a game that I think people should probably grab, that I feel like is going to be super kind of difficult to find. Another one is, I'm not sure if this game had a low print run, but I don't know what it is, but for some reason every time I see this game, I wouldn't say that it's hard to find, but it's just, it has a storyline that's good for its genre, and I think it's going to be one of those games that people are just going to discard and discard and discard until there's not enough to go around, and it'll probably be Spec Ops: The Line. Like, every time I think about that game, I know that game was like hyped up when it came out in trailers, and everybody, like a lot of people did play it and say it was really good for its storyline, but I don't think it's going to be that game that people keep together. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be one of those games that's going to be looked at as a military shooter that people are going to throw away and just get rid of it because they're going to just think that, oh, you can find this game anywhere, and then all of a sudden it's not going to be enough to go around. I think Spec Ops: The Line will probably be another one.
As of right now, I'm seeing that price at $22.
Yeah, Spec Ops: The Line is cheap, but there's 2 versions of it.
Oh, there is?
Yes, that's the catch. There is the regular version, and then there is the FUBAR version. The FUBAR version, the FUBAR version has an emblem on it that says FUBAR on it. I think that's going to be the more sought after version. So I think that one would probably be, because if you look on eBay, you'll see, if you scroll through Spec Ops: The Line, you'll see 2 different versions of it. One has a cover on it. They're both the same, but one has an emblem on it that says the word FUBAR. And I think that one would be the more sought after one that people are gonna want as collectors. I mean,
See what you're talking about. I see that little FUBAR emblem.
you see it, right? That's the one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I can't really think of a third one. I have an idea, but with the way Square Enix has been operating lately, I don't think that I do think that this would probably either get a compilation, or this game would probably be uncommon than rare. But I do think it might go up in price, and this is gonna sound weird, but I think it's gonna happen. It's Final Fantasy 13-2. 13-2 particularly, and the reason why I say that is because that one is the good one. Not a lot of people bought that game, and I think a lot of people discarded that one as well as the Lightning Returns one.
Which game?
Final Fantasy 13-2.
Oh, okay, you lost me.
And the only reason why I say that is because, like, I think a lot of people fell off on 13, and they were just like, I don't care, and I think 13-2 is going to be the one that is going to be more difficult to find than the first one, or the third one.
I can see that.
But anyway, those are like my picks. Now,
Those are solid picks.
I think the Spec Ops one is a very good one, only because it gets written off as just a generic military shooter, which it kind of is. I did play it, but its storyline is really good. It has solid gameplay, but the fact that there's 2 different versions of it that a lot of people miss, that's where it comes into play, where all the pricing kind of fluctuates.
Sorry to cut you off, but
No,
that's what makes them. See, that's what people understand. It's not the name of the game that makes them hidden gems. It's the gameplay.
True.
And I think like that's what a lot of people sleep on, on when they look at a game, they're like, oh, I've heard this game, everybody talks about it, and then it ends up being, a game that you want to go back and play, and that's what makes it like a really hidden gem for your people.
I think another thing is like, yes, gameplay comes into play, but I think it also comes into play when it comes to variants. When you have different variants and versions of game, I mean, look at the Metal Gear that you showed us earlier, right? There's what? I think there's 2 different versions of the Legacy copy. There is one that doesn't have the one that has all the old stuff on it. There's just the one that has, if I'm not mistaken, it has Metal Gear 3 and Metal Gear 4. And that's it, if I'm not mistaken. But then there's the Legacy Edition, I think, that comes with everything. And then there's another one that comes in like a platinum box. Like the variant is the one that comes in the box. Like you're gonna want that one, or does it come with like a slip cover or whatever you call it?
I don't know, but it's the one I don't have. Thanks a lot.
I apologize.
This man just had to stab me in the wound real quick.
As a matter of fact, we should probably explain this. So for everyone who doesn't know, who's watching the podcast, James is a huge Metal Gear collector. Everything Metal Gear he has to own, and he has to own all of it. And now that I just revealed that there's this other variant, now he needs it. I'm sorry.
You son of a gun. And we'll not get into a conversation about a dirty house, okay? Because that guy still ticks me off to this day.
Oh, we're not even going to talk about that.
We won't talk about it. He
had that one copy of Metal Gear, and he would not give it to you, but he just had it underneath like his couch or whatever. I'm so sorry, man.
It's okay. At least he has your intelligent cube.
That's not the same guy.
It's not the same guy.
Related.
But going back to the to the variants, I think variants matter, especially to collectors. I mean, we're all collectives, and especially so you're the biggest Metal Gear collector I know. Larry is the biggest Metal Gear collector I know. Not Metal Gear. Castlevania collector that I know. And Carlo, you're kind of like dipping your feet into the water. You're getting your feet wet with collecting because you met us, which is, we're sorry for that, because this is an expensive hobby. As a matter of fact, Carlo, how long have you been collecting now?
About a year before I met you guys, so about how long have we known each other now? 7 years.
Has it been that long? Wow.
God dang it! I feel
so
old.
I've been collecting for about 7-8 years now.
Okay. What about you, James? I remember James, man. Larry, do you remember that when he went ham? Like as soon as he saw our collections, this man ended up with like 100 games in his collection in like 2 weeks.
It's like, why are you doing that?
We would call him, hey, James, where are you? Oh, I'm at the Goodwill. I'll call you back. I just found a lot.
Listen, I'm so sad because let me tell you something. I don't know what money is. I just it disappeared. Man, and let me tell you, I am so sad, Shy. I had to tell you this. That remember when we went to a Multivest, and we found the Rock Band thing?
Yeah, the Rock Band set, and yeah.
Guess what happened? Guess what happened?
It broke.
I'm very sad. Yeah. Now I need to get a new drum set. I'm so upset. Hey, listen, if anybody's watching this, and you come across the Guitar Hero 3 control the guitar and the stupid what's they call it, the dongle, hey, leave a comment, please. I've been looking for one. Hit up this man, okay, and he will contact me. I need this thing. I also love Guitar Hero, and I need it.
Speaking about variants, let's get on variants. Let's talk about this really quick. So there are variants to games in our collections that we want, that we like. There are games that we have that have special variants. Is there like a special variant that any of you guys are like currently looking for? That
like, you mean variant?
So like, put it like this: a variant is kind of like,
I got one.
Just like we were explaining with Spec Ops: The Line. You see how there's 2 different versions of Spec Ops: The Line? There is Spec Ops: The Line, the regular one, and then there's the Fubar edition. Or with the PlayStation 3, what's that one game? Naughty Bear. Naughty Bear
Oh, I
has
have
3
it.
variants.
I have the gold edition, right?
There's the regular, the gold, and then it has like the other one. Isn't there like a murderous one where he's like on the cover holding the knife and it's like a yellow background?
Let me
My
look.
cover looks different from yours, but like there's like different versions. I can't even explain like what. I got one.
So hold on before you change it. This is the Kill Bill version.
Okay, see, you have Double Trouble. That's a variant. Mine doesn't say that. Same cover, but not that version.
Yeah,
Mine,
this is. It says it includes Gold Edition and Panic in Paradise.
See, that might be the more sought after version. Cause like, I know a lot of people like. I wouldn't say I know a lot of people. There are a lot of collectors who need all variants. You know what I mean? Just like there are collectors who collect, let's say if there is, let's say Resident Evil, for example. Resident Evil 1 has, and not the remake, I'm talking about the original. It has the original, then it has the long box version, then they have the director's cut. Those are variants. So is there like a variant that you're probably like looking for, or like?
Damn, that's hard. I know there's like, because you wouldn't consider variants to be collector's editions.
I mean, not really, because don't they just put the original game in the collector's edition box?
Okay, so like perfect example would be Modern Warfare 2. When it first came out, it came with the night vision goggles.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and the game was with a metal case.
A steelbook. Okay,
yeah,
that's probably a variant. Yeah, that's a variant.
Because the thing is, it's like,
oh god.
Because I wish I had that.
Variants.
They are. They are.
No. You're right. You know why you're right? Wasn't there a moment in time where I was like, I need Shin Megami Tensei 5? And then I found out, I was like, wait a minute, there's a standard edition and there just isn't the Steelbook edition? And then there's the big box edition? And then yeah. So that, oh man, no, Steelbook.
Wait, no. Perfect example is your the Castlevania that came out for that you pre-bought. The ones with different variants.
See, but I don't consider that one a variant. You know why?
Why?
It's because the standard version is the one that already comes in the box. It's the same game. Now, what I noticed what LRG started doing is that they'll release a variant cover for Best Buy.
Oh, no, man. The one's coming out with picking Castlevania Best Buy exclusive cover.
Right. So what they started doing is they started doing what comic books do. Where if an issue 1 comes out, they'll release 5 different covers from like 5 different artists. And that's what LRG started doing. So they started releasing different covers. Like, you can get a different cover if you pre-order, a different cover if you buy from Best Buy, and a different cover if you buy from their store.
So, but the question is, which one is the most sought after one?
Only time will tell with those.
Out of those 3, it would probably be the one that you have to get in store, not the one that you buy from their online store. The reason why I say the one that you get in store would probably be the more sought after one is because you literally have to drive to their store in North Carolina. That would probably be the more sought after one.
Makes sense.
But I think, okay, so when I think about it from my perspective, it would only be more sought after if I was an LRG collector. It would be more sought after if it's that specific cover with the seal and still sealed. If I was a sealed collector, but I'm not.
So, question: I remember when you got your Zombie Ate Your Neighbors.
Yeah.
Did they ever make another copy for to buy at stores?
I don't know. Larry, Larry, I think Larry would have more knowledge on that than me, because Larry does routine runs to Best Buy.
Yes. Sometimes they release on their website. They tell you they're coming on with the Best Buy edition of the game that already came out on LGS. LG. Yeah, let me go again. LG. Yeah. More one people want to know is Castlevania coming out at the end of this month on the Best Buy. I'm not quite sure the Zombie in My Neighbor.
Yeah, because
so Zombie in My Neighbor might be hard locked to limited run store.
Yeah,
Correct.
Oh, let me check.
because the reason why I asked is because your cover needs the 3D glasses to do that special effect thing they did.
Right.
So I'm asking if if there is another variant
That
does it come with it? Because if it doesn't, then the LRG variant is the way more sought after one.
Right. Yes, you will be correct.
And that's why I'm going to take it from you. Don't worry.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Now you have to go back and hear what I said.
No, I heard you.
Yeah. But no, it's interesting. For me, man, that's why I asked if I had to pick a variant. There's like too many that I would want because literally, like the Modern Warfare 2 one, like I literally. So speaking of game, like I know this is gonna skip ahead to one of our topics.
No, that's fine.
That we were gonna end it, but I'm kind of hyped for it. Is the remake of Modern Warfare 2 for the PS5 that's coming out? I went yesterday. I was like on their website, GameStop's website, and I was like, are they gonna redo it with are they gonna have a collector's edition? And I was like, man, if they put the fucking night vision goggles, I am not missing out on this one.
Well, they were real night vision goggles. Well, they were mediocre night vision goggles, but they still worked.
Yeah,
they were like plastic, but still worked. It was cool.
And I was like, man, let me see if they're not doing anything. All they're doing is a still book. And I was like, damn.
I don't think Activision has the money to do that stuff anymore.
Yeah, which is sad.
They've been involved in some financial.
They're like that girlfriend that goes around. They've been hopping to business. It's so sad. It's so sad. They're like the dirty rag you wipe your butt with. I'm sorry to say that.
Oh, never mind. They do.
Oh, they do. See,
Wait, Best Buy has one?
Yeah. Zombie in My Neighbor.
Oh, I gotta go buy it now. Larry, put that on my list.
Oh, it's different cover too.
Oh, what?
See?
What? Wait! I gotta.
Variants.
Different cover.
It's different cover.
Cover variants, dude. I told you. Cover variants.
Hold on.
See, collecting has gotten so expensive.
Yep, it's different cover.
Especially. Okay, so there's a group of YouTubers that I've spoken to, and they are they are set collectors, right? You know what a set collector is, right?
Oh wow! This is sorry to tell you, this is a different. Yeah, the one from LRG is gonna be the sought one.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other one, it doesn't have the 3D and that old style, that retro style.
Okay.
This one is literally the two. It doesn't show Gold Patrol. It just has the name, and it's just
a reversible cover. It's a reversible cover.
Is it?
Yeah, it probably has it on the inside. See, the one I got from LRG has the cover split in a diagonal kind of way, and it says Ghoul Patrol and Zombies Ate My Neighbors on it. So
I think that's a better cover.
That's the better cover because the way it looks, it's like, at least on this one, whether it has the dual thing, it looks like it's just Zombie Ate My Neighbors.
That's a Ghoul Patrol. No, that's a Ghoul Patrol on Best Buy right there, but it's not very stand out.
Right, got it. You guys know what set collectors are, right?
Somebody that has to get every copy of that game.
Okay, it's a collector that picks a console generation, not a generation, but a console, and collects every game for that console. I've spoken to a couple of guys who are set collectors for the Switch. Now, the thing is that they literally had to dumb down, right, their mindset, because they're like, I want every game on the Switch, but they had to dumb it down because the Switch has so many variants. So
Oh,
many.
shit.
Many
Because
variants.
think about it like this: the fact that the console is no longer region locked, and you can that means you
Yep.
have to collect in regions now. You collect so what they had to do was say I'm only collecting US, right? Fine.
Hang on, US.
You're only going to collect US, but you're not completing your set. You're completing the set because like
Of region of your region.
There's a couple of games that came out that are US, but they're not sold here. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we have to wait to get it. Like okay, so let's say damn, what's a good example? What's a really good example? Damn, I'm trying to think. Is I Am Setsuna one of them? I think I Am Setsuna is one of them on the Switch.
It got an English release, but not here in the US.
Okay, so it's English release, but not in the US. Okay, so I can't even count that. It just has English translations, is what it is. But I can't think of an idea. But they had to like dumb down their collecting because there's so many variants and it's gotten so expensive that they can't.
Mhm.
Like what you just told me is like, can you imagine if a collector is like, I want every Zombies Ate My Neighbor variant? So that means there is the Best Buy variant, the LRG variant, and there is the LRG in-store variant. Possibly, right? Then you have the 4 limited editions that they release. Because I think there's 4. Is there 4 of them or is there 3? I think there's 4
What?
of them. The limited editions that LRG put out.
I think there were 3.
There was 3. Okay.
On what?
For Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Maybe
Anyway,
including the PS4.
I'm wow. Well, I'm just saying if you were collecting just for the Switch, there's so many different variants, and it's become expensive. So everybody had to like dumb down their thought process. Like you can't collect for the Switch and be like, I'm gonna collect for the US because there's so many different versions. Now you will have to dumb it down again. You'll be like, I only want retail release. So that means you want things that only are sold in Best Buy, Amazon, and whatever video game store you can get, right? So that'll be. So what about games? So if you were a collector that says, all right, I'm only gonna collect for this console and only in the United States. What if because a lot of the times what everybody looks for when they're collecting is that ESRB logo. In America, it's like a white logo that says ESRB. If you get it in Europe, it's PEGI 18 or PEGI this, PEGI that, and then Japan has their own logo. There are some games that don't have one. So do you count that?
That gets into a very difficult discussion.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So like it becomes like super difficult as collecting. Like collecting has gotten so strange, and I think that's why nowadays, like especially for us, we've either look at just what we like and we have curated collections, and then we look back. So like I know for a fact Carlo was collecting at one point when you were like you got bit by the Nintendo bug, and then you were like, yeah, I need all the GameCube stuff, and then all of a sudden it saw the prices for GameCube and you're like, I guess not.
Yeah, that
GameCube is so expensive right now.
That was a hard day.
That was tough. And
I think it was right after PS2. Yeah, it's right after PS2, Spike, and GameCube's right after.
I think it actually flipped. I think. Well, no. GameCube started going up after. I think after everybody got their hands on the N64 stuff and Sega Dreamcast started like getting its way out, it started going up. And I think that right after this the GameCube went up, everybody started paying attention slowly to PS2.
Did he? I thought it was PS2 first. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
well, because a lot of people were getting... Okay, so the reason why I think GameCube started going up in price alongside the PS2, well, mostly the GameCube stuff first, is because one that YouTuber kind of didn't help. Nintendo collecting. He kind of didn't help because his collection is massive, and it's really really cool to look at, and it makes you want to like search for stuff. The other thing is that when Smash came out with that GameCube controller, that heightened everybody to like be like, yo, I kind of want to go look at the GameCube again.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of want to
Makes
look
sense.
at that. And the
Makes
other thing that kind of helped, especially with the decline of like prices coming down, was when Nintendo released that triple set, the Mario thing, when
three All-Stars.
Sunshine plummeted. And everybody was like, "Oh man, we're gonna go get GameCube stuff again because that seems to be coming. It seems to like be leveling. GameCube is like a wave right now, where it's doing like this. Like its prices are going up and down because no one can speculate when Nintendo is going to make a re-release. So,
like everyone's waiting for Metroid Prime and stuff like that. So Metroid Prime prices are going up because we don't know if we're getting a re-release or not.
Yeah. You know what? Let's dive into that really quick. That's and I'm not talking about and I know we're kind of moving around a lot, and this is the kind of thing because we have these conversations all the time whenever you guys come over. There's a lot of re-releases and there's a lot of remakes coming out. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but have you noticed, like, okay, so Square Enix is making like a lot of remakes, right? They have Final Fantasy VII Remake that came out. Now they're working on the other one. Then they had Live Alive come out.
That was a good game.
Which is remake. Legend of Mana, Trials of Mana, all this stuff coming out. And now they just announced Crisis Core Final Fantasy that was on the PSP is getting a remake. Or is it getting ported? Is it a port? Is it a remake?
No, I think it was remaster.
It's like a remake.
A remaster? Yeah. Okay.
Remaster, remake,
that is getting remastered, right?
Remaster, remake, whatever it is, but you put ported over to PS Switch.
And now they just announced the whole Tactics Ogre thing, right? And then I saw an article about Metal Gear getting like a new kind of like remaster and stuff. And then it just kind of dawned on me. It was kind of like one of the things that I hate, right? I would say I don't hate it. It's kind of like a dislike that I have. Is when I put a game into my console and it updates. Like, I don't like that. And the reason why I don't like that is because I don't like when I don't put a game automatically into my console and it doesn't have it doesn't have to do that. It tells me that the game is finished. It tells me that the game is done. So I don't have to worry about down the road when I get it when my console fails and I get another one. And if I want to play this game again, it has to update. Have you guys ever thought about waiting, because I thought about this the other day, waiting for a remake to come out just so it plummets the price on the original and just buy that version because you know it's done? Have you ever thought about doing that?
I've done it for a couple of games.
Because I'm not going to lie, when I saw the Tactics Ogre Remaster trailer launch, the first thing I did is I went to eBay to see if the price plummeted. Just so I can buy that version of the game because I already know I don't want Square Enix to put shenanigans in the update. That's the only reason why. Like, because recently they came out with a chocobo racing game and it has like a bunch of microtransactions in it when it's a PlayStation 1 game. And I was really looking forward to that. So have you guys, like, is there like a port that's coming out that you look forward to that you're just like, I'm just gonna see if it plummets the price on the original and I'm just gonna buy that instead?
Oh no,
not at the moment.
So I'm the only one that thought about that.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I would say that there are a few games that I would like to do that for. Mainly a lot of Zelda games that are getting rumored remakes and stuff like that.
Right. So like, if an how much is Ocarina of Time right now? Like, Ocarina of Time is probably about a $50 game. Like, if they came if they came out with a remake of that game, why not just buy the original and you have nothing to worry about?
I'm kind of waiting for that for when they do that because there's that rumored remake of Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess for the Switch. When that happens, I'm gonna jump on the 3DS version so I can get them dirt cheap.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like that, it just seems like if you don't want to run into like the possibility of getting screwed over by a publisher, I feel like that's probably the way to go. I know a lot of people want like updated graphics, but like a lot of the times, a lot of people are diving into, they're rebuying a game that they played before because they had so much fun with the original. They're like, oh, I'll just buy the new one coming out. But like, what if it's like so badly damaged? Like, let's say this, like, because there's one instance where I heard that a lot of people were mad about the physical edition of Scott Pilgrim that came out because it's missing 2 of the DLC characters, so it's not
Nice.
it's not the complete game, and it's missing a song apparently, so it's not the original game. It's got a new song, and I'm just like, if I'm buying a remake of a game, I want it to be intact with upscaled graphics, sure, but I don't want it to be changed. I don't want it to be fixed. Sometimes I want those extras, you know?
Because then it's not a remastered.
Right.
It's just a brand new game.
Right. They're fixing things, and it's like, can you imagine if you're playing Super Mario, the first one on Nintendo, and you know how there's that cheat where you can like hit the blocks at the second level, run on top of the glitch of the screen, and just run all the way to the end? Can you imagine if Nintendo remade that game and then they patched that?
That would suck.
It's not the game, you know.
It's exactly, you're not getting the exploit of the original game. You're not getting the original game. The original game is where you can break the game.
Right. It's just weird because like, coming back to my point, that was one of the things is like, there's a lot of games. Luckily, I never sold back in the day, but every time I see a remaster, I'm just like, well, I don't have to buy that because I have the original. It's done. You know, it's finished. Like, I just wasn't... I'm excited for Tactics Ogre only because of the fact that I've never played it and I want to grab it, but I'm skeptical because I don't know what they're going to break trying to fix. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The only problem is that that's a $300 game.
Yeah, the PS1.
Oh, that's the only problem is $300.
It's a $300 game.
What am I missing?
So.
It's the one I'm missing. So.
Wait, which one are you missing?
Tactics Ogre.
Oh, okay.
I have a PSP version. I couldn't play that because my battery or somehow that thing expand, so I had to throw out the battery. So I need to find a new battery to play it.
Yeah, it was gonna explode. Yeah, that happens to a lot of those old portable consoles. Anyway, alright. So, let's move on to like our last talks of the cast. I hope this has been a very good discussion, by the way. I hope it has been good, because I think with this setup that we have, this is probably the only way we're going to be able to do this, because we don't get to meet up as quite often. Now, I'm going to pose this question because there's a lot of talks in the grapevine about certain games, and it just doesn't.
Oh my God,
it doesn't commute for me or whatever. But I figure I ask, what are popular games that are super talked about that for some reason you're just like, eh?
Ooh, I want to go first.
You're just like, eh. I like, for some reason you're just like, you're not excited or you just don't care.
I'm gonna tell one that I just don't really care about at all. I never cared about the franchise, but it's getting so much hype. God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, I agree.
I think it's way too hyped. I think the game.
You know how many thumbs down I'm about to get right now for that? That's controversial right there.
I think that game is overhyped by a million. That game does not deserve all the hype it's getting. There are so many other games that are just so much better.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna piggyback off of that real quick. So here's what I'm mad about. I love the God of War series.
Same.
I love the original God of War series. Because guess what? It was a fucking hack and slash.
Same.
It did what it did. No, because it was a beat 'em up. It was literally a beat 'em up with bosses, and I didn't have to worry about all I had to worry about upgrading was the fucking weapons.
Okay.
Then I decided to play God of War. I walked in it, and I'm like, now I gotta make sure my armor's set up. Now I gotta make sure my weapons are leveled up. And then I gotta make sure there's a point system for the fucking armor. When the fuck did I start playing an RPG? I am the goddamn God of War.
That now? Like, it feels like every action game is becoming an RPG at this point. It has numbers, it has stats, it has armor builds, it has this, it has every game is turning into that.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, listen, I have the game, the newest one, not the one coming out, but I was like,
it's not out yet.
I can't play that game. I can't play the game because literally first of all, the map is too big. Second of all, I have to go across the damn river to go make sure my armor is leveled up. And then there's infusing, and there's all this other bullshit that I gotta do. I'm like, I just want to rip heads and just want to call it a day, and I can't do that.
You know what's another franchise that did crap like that?
Wait. I just want to piggyback off. Wait, keep that in your head. I just want to piggyback off the God of War thing, really quick. I feel like the new God of War game is. I'm not saying it's bad because I never played it, but when I did watch it, I don't know why, but I feel like it's a step backward to me. I know a lot of people love the new one, but have you ever and I'm not talking about with graphics. I'm talking about with feelings and like just how you feel when you play the game. When I see the old 3 God of War games compared side to side with the second one, there's this big emphasis on making the game look realistic instead of just giving me this godly I'm tackling a giant of a beast and I feel just badass in the game. I don't get that from the new one. What I get is it's grounded, and that's it.
Well, that comes the case where a lot of games and a lot of movies essentially are trying to humanize and get people to sympathize with things.
I guess.
Now,
I guess.
it's because I'm gonna show you a perfect example. We're talking about Kratos, the God Killer, right? The guy that fucking took Olympus and shoved Zeus's sword up his ass, right? And then, perfect example, you put Thanos from Avengers.
Right.
People don't like the way Thanos looks because he's supposed to be this almighty titan, but when you look at his face, he looks so humanized.
Right.
And the way he scaled, he looks. The whole point of the reason why they put him like this is because they wanted the people to feel like more human. But he's not a human.
Right.
He's a fucking titan. He's a destroyer of fucking worlds.
Right. Wow, you're very passionate about
this. because literally, I was so hyped for God of War. I was like, man, I can't wait. I can't believe he survived. He should be fucking dead. But why is he in fucking Greek mythology now? I'm in Norse mythology now. Right. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, I'm hyped. Then I see the little bitch of a son, and I'm like, oh, this guy's some bitch. Now I gotta do fucking Ico with God of War. Bring this little bitch with me, and the niggas like, Daddy, what about mommy? We gotta go to the mountain, nigga. When did it become about you? Shut the fuck up. And then I'm like, bro, I've never felt so weak in my life.
Wow. See, I never played the game. I don't know, but I did hear that they did humanize Kratos a lot, which is fine.
Yeah,
I don't mind that. I really don't. What I cared about was gameplay. All right, I'm gonna give you a prime example. Are you ready? All right, I know Larry is not really big into God of War, but all right, I know you two have played. Have you played the first one?
Yes, I have all of them.
How about you, Carlo? Have you played the first one?
I don't believe I played the first one.
What about number 3?
I played number 3, right. And that's where I decided I don't like the series.
Have you played number 3?
Yes.
Okay. You remember how that game starts off? The scale? How small Kratos is, but he's tackling giants?
Yes.
I don't get that massiveness from the new game. I just get a regular brawler. That's why I feel like it's been dumbed down and grounded, where
Okay.
The first 3 were this epic journey.
So what you're trying to say is like when in God of War 1, it starts off with the raid of Athena. Like what's it called?
Well, God of War. What I was gonna say with God of War 1, I remember where you have to fight that giant serpent, and he's trying to eat you, and you just have to like kind of fight your way through his teeth. Like I don't see that.
You don't get that. You don't get that from the God of War.
In the new one, I just feel like it's just this action RPG, and I'm like, why does it feel like every game that I see nowadays is like some sort of action RPG or Metroidvania game? That's what it feels.
I'll give you another great example of a game that turned into an RPG kind of like action adventure kind of style game. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Assassin's Creed was great. It was a great stealth game. You go in, you do your shit, and then you get out. Now it's boss battles.
In number 2. I stopped.
Boss battles, equipment scores, different, all kinds of crap.
Wait, before we even continue more with God of War and we get off topic, what was the second game that you said you were gonna say? Do you remember?
That was it. Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Okay.
Yeah.
They don't currently have a game coming out right now, but I feel like this Valhalla game is way too overhyped.
Let's go to Larry. Larry, is there? Yeah, I'm coming to you because you over there cleaning. He's drinking coffee. He got invisible, fairies. Like, what's going on there? Is there any game that you feel is overhyped that you could just not care about?
I care less about mainstream anyway, so I don't know.
No? Yeah, Larry,
I get it.
I will say this about you, Larry. You do a good job of ignoring mainstream video games.
I was like, all I see is this and this game. I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't care about it.
I mean, see, I'm gonna piggyback off of that because now there's nothing to be hyped for. Like, I feel like they overhype things. Like it's like, first of all, if you look at mainstream games, it's all about remakes, and repatching old shit. Like now these days, and then there's the few. Oh, we're gonna spice it up like with a new game.
But the thing is, you have to watch it. I have one thing complaining. The mainstream right now is more the Fortnite, Apex Legend. Those mainstream. Not only that, anything the free to play, but you have to pay for microtransaction or gamble or stuff. The mainstream, those are people who will play the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no, there's not many good story-breaking games out there right now. Like,
I feel like there is story-breaking games. I think the problem is that a lot of the games use the same format, and that's probably why they're just not as interesting. You know what? That's probably the wrong thing to say. It's hard to say because I can say from my perspective, one of the things that I would be honest about is that a lot of the mainstream games that are being made today aren't made for me. Like, I can say that they're not made to my liking because I'm just not interested, and it's not that they're bad video games. It's just that they don't appeal to me. Like, when I will go back to the new to the God of War. Like, the reason why I don't care for the new God of War is because I felt like his story was done. I don't need another one. When I played the third game, it ended off so right that it didn't need a remake or it didn't need a new story, because the ending of the game, if you were paying attention, was him falling off of the cliff from the first game. So it was kind of like telling you that he was in his own hell. Like, he's been dead this whole time. He's just repeating the process. That's what it was. And like, you trying to give me, oh, he's in this new mythology, was kind of like, why? I mean, one of the other things is the original writer of that series is not writing the new game. Like, Jaffe is not there, so why would I care? It's a new guy telling his point of the story. So I felt like the series ended with 3, and that's probably why I don't care about the new one. It feels like fanfic to me. So I don't really care. But that's not my pick. I'm not picking that game. And James, I don't think you picked that game either. That was Carlos' pick. So is there a pick that you feel like there's a game that you don't care about? Because Larry lives in a bubble where he has all this niche Japanese stuff that he doesn't give a crap about. Larry cares about Kunio-kun and Turtles Cowabunga that's coming out.
Yeah.
Can we say something about that? If you're gonna buy the LRG version of that, go to Play Asia first and look at the version that they got that's cheaper. You get a soundtrack and an acrylic stand for cheaper.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Predator Revenge.
Yeah. You get a better version at Play Asia if you don't.
I'm not gonna say anything about that one.
He got the LRG version.
You got it? Oh.
I bought the $200 version. I don't know why.
I'm just gonna stay over here.
It's a cool box, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a guy who likes boxes. That game has that edition has a cool box.
It does, but I don't think it was worth. Now that I go back thinking about it,
it comes with the VHS tape, right?
It comes with the VHS case, yeah. But now that I think about it, in hindsight, it was not a good purchase.
I get that. Hey, can I have the trading card?
No.
I tried.
That man said, shut the fuck up. Oh, there is a game that I'm fucking mad that they remade.
Oh my god, the profanity out of this guy is astounding.
Saints Row.
Yes. And rightly so. You are 1,000% correct.
Okay.
Wait,
so,
people are hyped for that?
I don't know. They're hyped for it because they're thinking, oh, we're going back to the Saints.
But you're not, though.
You're not. You're going back.
Saints Row.
Oh.
That parody of GTA.
Hey, listen. I was so happy. I'm like, oh, it's Saints Row. Then I watched that damn trailer, and I'm like, when the fuck did they let the Geek Squad in?
Bro,
I'm like, all these fucking millennials and shit.
But that's what I'm telling you, is that today's games aren't made for you. What you because you know what you're remembering? You're remembering Saints Row 2, the good one. And Saints Row 2, I'm not gonna lie, Saints Row 2 is a masterpiece. I still have my copy of Saints Row 2.
Oh, I have mine.
I love that game. But we were just saying this. Today's games are not made for you. If you are trying to recapture a joy that you got from a game in your past from today's games, you're not gonna find that.
Nothing's the same.
You're just
everything.
I fully agree.
Everything. Sorry, everything is sorry. Like I feel like this is what it comes down to. Everything is now about the flashy bullshit.
I mean graphics, because it's weird though, because I've heard a lot of people say I have more fun playing a game when it looks fantastic than if a game looks crappy and it's still good. Like a lot of people don't have fun playing a good game that looks like crap. Me personally, I grew up in an era where games started out as crap, so I progressively got better. So I was just like, oh, I'm fine with this. But I've heard that a lot of people don't like playing games that look bad, so they look for graphics. If a game looks great, hey, they and a game could be crap, but if it looks good, then they're just like, I like it.
Okay, on them.
Yeah, I like it because it looks
okay
good.
On that, but because all the games right now is on for next gen, not for us.
Yeah, but you know, and I had a friend of mine who's a YouTuber. He said something to me the other day, and it's very true. He was like, he said that I basically crap on mainstream games, and I only play niche games. I mean, he's not all the way wrong. He's sort of right, but it's not that I crap on it. I understand where I lie now. Is that I know what games grab me, and I don't care for photorealistic stuff. If a game has photorealism, I tend to stray more far away from it because I know where most of the budget is going. If a game spends most of its time trying to make the game look fantastic, I know you're not focusing on the gameplay. You're more on making this game look great, and I don't care about that. You know.
Guess what game just popped in my head? Because, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, Shy. You might have to look at the Google Drive. Old Google Drive, because I just added a bunch of games.
Oh God.
But one game popped up, and I remember it. The reason why I'm bringing it up, because it's exactly what we talked about. Why the fuck am I gonna pay that amount of money for the new copy if I can just get the old copy and wait for it to go down in price? You ready for it?
Okay.
And it's one of your favorite games.
Okay.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Lollipop Chainsaw. It's getting a remake
No!
or a remastered. So why am I gonna wait? Why am I gonna wait for that when I'm gonna just wait for the old one to go down in price?
You know, funny thing is, I just saw the freaking East Island right now. The Lollipop Chainsaw was about $80.
It's
And
$80.
Yeah, and I
Yep.
price checked it. While you guys talking, I price check on the price the price thing. It's around there, $80.
Yep.
Lollipop Chainsaw is not an $80 game to me. I love Lollipop Chainsaw is one of my favorite games of all time. It's the Suda 51 trifecta that I love, which is Shadows of the Dam, Killer is Dead, and Lollipop Chainsaw. Lollipop Chainsaw is a $15 game at most because it's an arcade brawler. It doesn't last long. You can beat it in 4 hours. It's a very good fun game, but it's getting a remaster. It doesn't need that.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Going back to the point, because we get off track on the Otaku Fest podcast right here. So, one of the games that I know a lot of people were hyped for. I actually think the game came out because a lot of people were talking about it, and for some reason I just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't care, and I think I just didn't care because of a different reason. It wasn't because the game looks bad, and it's Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
I only heard hype about that game.
People are hyped for this game. Like, they are hyped. And
Which one?
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Oh, I can give two shits.
Like, well, you don't like RPGs.
No, I like RPGs. Don't get me twisted. But I don't care for that one
Yeah.
because there's too many of them.
No, there's only 4.
Well, in my head, there's too many. The game sucks.
if you count the other Xeno.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, Xeno Chronicles.
Xenosaga
X?
1 and 2 and 3.
Oh, you got X?
And Xenogear, the original.
Okay, pause. We're not going there. We are not going there.
See, too many to give a fuck about.
I have the original.
But this is the thing. It's not that I hate the game. And it's not even that I even played it and disliked it. I think the game looks fine. It's just that I know it's a 90+ hour RPG. I don't have 90 hours. Well, I take that back. I have 90 hours. I just don't have 90 hours for Xenoblade. That's the only thing. Like, everybody is so hyped about Xenoblade Chronicles, and it does look good. It does. It's just that, bro, I'm going to play that game for 2 hours max and be like, too far. Nah, I'm just like, nah. It happens to the best of us, though. Larry, I'm gonna bring up some classic stuff. You ready for this? Or any one of you guys, really? When's the last time? Like, how many times can you count you've actually made it to like the final dungeon, the final castle, the final boss, the final whatever, and you're just like, too far. I don't want to do it.
So many times.
I don't want to.
So many times.
That's Carlo in the water temple. I see it so many times, guys. You think he walks to the front of the door, he looks around, and then he goes, "Turn off."
Dude.
But
you wanna know something?
No RPG. One of my favorites was Castlevania 3. Right in the final boss, die, reset the whole thing. Gonna start to the stage, final stage again. I was like, nope, turn it off. I'm done. I'm not going to the hell again.
Yeah, dude, it happens, and I can see that happening with Xenoblade. Like, I'm gonna play that game, I'm gonna look at the world, realize how big it is, and I'm just gonna be like, I can't do this. I really can't. I don't have the patience for this. I'm not gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna run around for 80 hours while I got all these other games I need to finish. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. Ooh. that's a topic that we could talk about. And we'll end it after this. Are you ready? Do you all feel like you buy faster than you could actually finish?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'll give you 2 reasons why.
Don't blame me.
Number
I'm stopping
no. It has nothing to do with you. But it deals with things that you do.
This guy.
No. I want you to be serious. I want you to be serious. It's because it's stuff we talk about. You listen. You get hyped about a game, and you're like, I want to play it.
Right.
The minute you see it for that good ass price, because you know in your bottom of your heart that shit's gonna go up, you're gonna buy it. So you buy it because you're afraid of not missing out. You don't got FOMO. You have a fear of missing opportunity to grab it.
That's the same thing. You just made it sound nice.
No, there is a difference. There is a difference.
Okay.
Because because it's not the fear that you're gonna miss out on a good game.
Right.
Because you already know it's good.
It's the fear that later on you're not gonna be able to afford it.
Exactly. Because it's exactly the reason why we collect.
Because we speculate. Yeah.
And that's why we had this discussion today, because look at the games that we pointed out. Some of these games are literally under the radar.
Yeah.
You can get them for $25, and you can get it for this and that. And I guarantee, later down on the road, if people watch this, some people are gonna buy them, right? And they're gonna agree with us. And then you're gonna have that one guy in the comments that he'll grab his glasses and go, you know what? I can pass on this. And then 6 months down the road, I'm back again, and I think you were right. And I'm gonna be like, you're an idiot. You should have listened to us now. And I know I'm gonna get backlash for that comment.
No,
but it's true.
You know, it's a game that I would say there's 2 games on the PlayStation 3. You had them in your hand, and you were just like, no. And now those games are up. And I remember those
dude.
2.
Let me hold on.
Can you name one? You could probably name one.
Okay, there's already 3 games on my list that I re-put that I regretted.
Okay, what is it?
Number 1 was Lost Dimensions.
That's the one. That's the one. Yes.
The other one is El Shaddai.
Okay.
Another one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Manhattan.
Ooh, that's the one made by Platinum.
Yes. Then there's 50 Cent Blood Diamond.
Blood on the Sand.
Yeah, well, I put
need
Blood
that
Diamond.
Game. That's the arcade shooter.
Okay, but I put Blood Diamond. I have that
on
right?
my list too. I need that game. It's so expensive now.
And then this game sucks. This game sucks. But I guaranteed, because that was never gonna happen again. Just because we're not talking about PS2.
I want to know what it is.
Listen, you already know it's on the PS2, and it's not gonna get a remake. Because if it does, it's gonna cost a fucking fortune.
What is it?
I have Need for Def Jam 5 for New York, but I need to get me Def Jam 5, Def Jam
Vendetta?
Icon.
Oh,
Icon.
Icon is
the reason why is because it's the first time ever that they try to remake the game into a modern age with better graphics and a new way of playing it with the spin table.
Yeah. I remember.
So it's one of those games that we know that will never get remade because of the licensing and then the names and all that crap.
That game will definitely go up in price for sure.
And it has a spin. And guess how much that game is right now? I just literally saw it. $15.
It's $15.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's super cheap.
Man, I wish
I
would play that game just for the novelty of it, and then I'll just give it away to you.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. Like, realistically, like that's what it is.
Yeah,
that's what everything. That's what we talk about, and that's what people need to listen. And if you don't listen, that's your problem.
You know, it's a game that I knew everybody was gonna sleep on, and I knew it was gonna go up because I looked at it, and I was like, I bet this game goes up. And like, it's a crap game, but I knew it was one of those games where it was just, it was one of those games where you look at it and you're like, this is a garbage game. You get home, you play it, and you're like, yep, I was right. It was garbage, but I bet it's going to be expensive in the future. It's Magus on the PlayStation 3.
Yes, I was just looking at it.
Magus. Magus is one of those games that no one paid attention to. It had a low print run. And you want to know what's the other catch about that game too? If you try to search it up in different countries, it doesn't come up. It's not available in other countries. It was only released in America for the PlayStation 3, and it had a low print run, and it's a crap game. And it has an Axis logo on it. So, how much is that game now? $90?
I don't know, man. Right now, shit. It's crazy how I'm looking through stuff and it's ridiculous. Yo, thank God I bought Transform for 11 because East Starland had it for $18.
Yeah, everything is going up, man.
God bless Lukey Games, bro. But no.
Wow, Maggot. People are selling Magus online for $139. I see $95. I see $170. I see $300. I see $145. It didn't sell for that, but that's what people are selling it for. But the thing is that there's only 10 results that pop up. There's not a lot. It's not a lot out there. And I bought 2 of them for $8. And I knew that game was gonna go up. Because no one cared. Those are the kind of things you have to like look for when you see games. Like, I have to get that game that Larry suggested to me. It's like a Transformers tactical strategy game.
All right.
I need that game. I know nobody's gonna care about that game. I need that game. That game looks like fun too. So.
When you said that, oh, what's a Transformer Battleground? Oh, it's a tactical strategy game. You said what? I was like,
yeah, tactical strategy game with Transformers in it. Yeah, please sign me up. I'll buy it. Well, anyway, I think we've complained enough, right? I think we've complained enough.
I think we haven't complained enough. So I'm ready for number 2.
I'm guessing we're probably gonna do this every 2 weeks. Otaku Fest podcast will probably be on doing this every 2 weeks, and it's gonna be a collector cast. We're gonna talk about collecting and all that stuff. We're gonna talk about video games and our gripes and stuff like that, but that's mostly what it'll be, is a collector cast. So I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and wave your goodbyes.
I don't want to go. No. That's how you gotta do it.